A potentially precedent-setting trial kicked off in Santa Fe today. Alfred Lovato, a state police sergeant at the time, was a passenger in a fatal DWI wreck. And even though he wasn't driving, he is charged with vehicular homicide. News 13's Alex Goldsmith is live outside the district courthouse in Santa Fe with the latest.
Diane, this is in many ways a retrial of Carlos Fierro, the former Santa Fe attorney who in 2008 hit and killed pedestrian William Tenorio outside of a Santa Fe blues bar. The difference with this trial, though, now the state has turned its focus to Alfred Lovato, the passenger who they said is liable for the crash even though he wasn't driving, and that was a big theme in today's opening statements.
And he wasn't just an innocent bystander.
State prosecutor Donna Bavacqua Young says Alfred Lovato could have and should have done more to prevent the fatal crash.
They didn't call anyone. The defendant didn't take the keys away from Carlos Fierro. He never said to him, "You've had too much to drink." He didn't do what any reasonable person would do.
But Lovato's attorney Sam Bregman says his client simply wasn't liable.
Because Alfred Lovato, and the facts will show all of this, did not encourage Carlos Fierro to drive. Alfred did not encourage Carlos Fierro to drink and drive. That although a novel theory of homicide, this case should never, ever have been brought by the state.
With that foundation laid, the prosecution began building its case. The jury saw dashcam video taken just after the crash. They also heard a recording of Santa Fe police officer Ben Valdez's interview with Lovato shortly after the wreck.
I trust his judgment. If he made a mistake.
Detective Valdez testified today that about 3 hours after the crash, Lovato blew at least a .14 on a breathalyzer test, nearly twice the presumed level of intoxication. But on cross-examination, the defense drove home a point of its own.
There is no law that says you can only have so much alcohol in you before you get in as a passenger. Correct?
I'd agree to that.
Now, we also learned in opening statements today that Alfred Lovato is expected to take the stand in his own defense. He will testify if the trial continues into next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Alex. Another star witness who is expected to testify is Carlos Fierro. He's scheduled to be transported to the courtroom from the state prison in Los Lunas next Monday.